Hello, everyone. GM from anywhere in the world. My name is Claire, and welcome to a new episode of Hooked on Web3 Mastery Space again. Before I introduce our new partner, I would like to give you a massive news. This might be one of the biggest campaign that we have with a partner so far, and the details of the reward pool as well as what to be expected in our alumni course will be revealed later after our our Q&A session with the partner. But I assure you, if you spend time with us during this session, it will give you great benefits of the upcoming activities as well as what to be expected. And today we have an amazing partner to join us called Reform DAO. Reform DAO is the first market making and liquidity providing DAO leveraging AI while aligning incentives across all stakeholders within the market making process. And we are kicking off, so just feel free to let loose, sit on your favorite sofa, grab your favorite drink, and stay tuned because more and more fantastic audience are joining us. And if you are a first timer here, don't forget to follow both Hooked and Reform Down X account to spread the word to your friends. In the meantime, let me give you a reminder into what Hook 2.0 is. We are a visionary expansion of the current Hooked social learning ecosystem with a deeper focus on Web3 education. Here, we introduce you a more immersive social learning metaverse, an app chain infrastructure powered by Hook token, and multiple opportunities to generate yield through the Hook reward. In that journey, we are honored to have a representative from Reform Down here with us. And the topic today I deem very suitable, providing that the market is getting warmer, the election is coming to an end very soon, and we might observe a new height of Bitcoin anytime soon. I don't know, right? But we have all of the right to hope about this. The topic is trading smarter with Reform DAO, a deep dive into AI market making. So this is time to introduce yourself as well as the project that you are building, introducing Paulus and Scorpio. Over to you guys.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can loud and clear.
Perfect. Scorpio, are you there as well already?
Yes, he's here. But you're
Ah,
on mute.
yeah, I see he's there, but I can't hear him. That's just checking.
Sorry, are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Good. Hello, GM, everyone.
Hello.
Sorry, Claire, I missed the message that you actually asked, but I think it was about an introduction. Am I right?
Yes, so we've been talking to each other and having a lot of face-to-face meeting. And I know that Paul, you are from the marketing side, Scorpio is from the operation side, but it would be great to have a brief introduction about your responsibility, what you guys are doing at Reform DAO, as well as any other fun facts and exciting news that you want to share with the community today.
Yeah, sounds good. I can kick it off. So Scorpio here. Actually in crypto since 2017, so it's been quite a journey so far. Went to the ups and the downs of the market. But also within this journey, yeah, a lot of things learned actually in regards to algorithmic trading and actually managing funds. So I think that's mainly like my background, and I think from a point of view, what I'm doing at Reform is actually coming to that, having a lot of knowledge in regards to all the topics that we're actually operating with Reform, and then actually being able to transfer that to actually the people that I'm talking with on a day-to-day basis from an operational point of view, but also from a business development point of view. So really making sure that everyone is aligned within the company, within the DAO actually, to make sure that all the operations are running smoothly. And then on the business development side, trying to attract new partners to get new deal flow going, to make new partners for exchanges, to help projects actually with their designated market making. It's like all the things around what Reform is doing, trying to make sure that everyone is clear and understandable, and trying to get as many interested parties in the same street. So that's me.
Scorpio is always there with his massive introductions, like he truly wants you to know him.
Exactly.
Nice, man. I'll quickly take it over. So, Paulus, Paul here. in crypto since 2016, 17, but full-time for the last 3 years. I specialize in crypto marketing, also head of marketing at Reform. And yeah, I host Twitter Spaces twice a week on my own show, Paul's Penthouse. So quite familiar with the spaces and the AMAs here. And yeah, I think Scorpio explained most of it already, but indeed leveraging my knowledge and network and expertise towards the marketing of Reform and make sure everything goes smooth and is connected nicely. And yeah, looking forward to today to give you guys some nice information about what we're doing at Reform. Obviously, we're having our launch next week, so that's super exciting. And yeah, let's kick it off.
Of course, we are as excited as you for the upcoming TGE. So we will talk about that later. Let's first start with the origin of everything. So we know what market making is. This is a tale as old as time, and this is very necessary for any exchanges and any users, both in the institutional side and or the retail side. And we know AI is super new and trendy at the moment. What is the idea behind combining AI and market making, and what is the overview of the project, the goal and vision, and so on?
Sure, I'll jump into that one. I think the vision and mission of Reform is like making the whole cryptocurrency market more liquid. As we see, liquidity is really like the blood of the industry. There needs to be sufficient, and everyone actually needs to have access to it. And I think that's also coming to what we want to achieve and what we're already achieving with providing huge amounts of liquidity to Bybit, but expanding that also of course to other exchanges as we speak. Since we need to be, give the possibility to projects to actually launch on multiple exchanges, we also need to be connected there. So we have a lot of connections in the space, making sure that all these things can happen. And I think coming to the AI part is actually also quite interesting to actually leverage. Whenever you have for market making, you need to have an inventory. So just to make it very plain, you need to have 50% of the token and 50% stable coins if the pair that you're actually trading on is like the token against USDT. So what it actually means is that you can rebalance that inventory on times that the AI mechanism actually predicts a specific move within the market, and then it can actually say, okay, it gives you an X percentage of chance or possibility that this will happen. And then you can actually take action on that by rebalancing your inventory. It's not saying that it's 100% sure going to happen, but as long as you follow this whole structure consistently and concise with, of course, automatic algorithms, it will give you a benefit on the longer period of time. So I think that's one part, of course, with the AI part optimizing the designated market making side of things, whereby that algorithm is leveraged. But we're also exploring to integrate it in other verticals of the algorithms that we're actually running for Reform DAO. Since the liquidity provision is of course there, the arbitrage is there. We're actually also tip of the iceberg, but we're also exploring other algorithms as we speak that we potentially want to build something around in the future. So I think it plays a good role within the overall structure of Reform, and it can really benefit the overall market and the projects that we're doing market making for, and enhance of course the user experience by having more focused liquidity at the moments that it's really necessary.
Thanks, Scorpio. I do agree with you that since the birth of ChatGPT, we can see that there is a lot of application for AI into different sectors of the economics, and also like the sky is the limit. There are a lot of other things for us to explore and play around with AI. However, I had a conversation with my friend just earlier about how actually smart AI is, as if we require it to draw us a picture of salmon streaming upstream, it will show us like a bunch of salmon fillet instead of the fish itself because of the inventory, because of the wrong input. So I'm very curious about the utilization of AI in prediction market, in market making prediction, and in real-time data. How trustworthy is that tool, and what are the activities that you guys have to do in order to make sure that the impact of the AI is as accurate as possible?
Yeah, it's actually a very good question. I think AI as of today is still developing. I think also from our side, if we would have find already the holy grail that predicts the price 100%, then yeah, Reform DAO would already be, I think, number one in the cryptocurrency market. But it is something that keeps developing, right? And it is, gathering data and trying to optimize all the time, learning from itself, the machine learning part. And I think, from that side, it's really crucial to be able to integrate it and to actually optimize it. So it's not something that, as of now is doing like 100% accuracy, but it is giving like signals that we can rebalance at specific moments in time. And then, if that gives the signal and we're doing it consistently, it can enhance the how do you say, profitability, and also the effectiveness of it, so to say. So I think, it's a consistent process, and that's also why it needs to be integrated in algorithms, because if you let the human take action on specific signals that are being given by the AI algorithm, then the human also needs to make a decision itself by pressing the button. So it really needs to be a very thorough and concise and process that just keeps on going and just taking action all the time, and then it can enhance profitability. So I think, that's for now, for us, really like also the exploration, whereby we want to, of course, keep increasing it or keep enhancing it. But in the end, it's I think, to be fair, it's a never-ending process, because other algorithms will also keep enhancing, and of other market makers, for example. And then, our algorithm also needs to be adjusting on that, and their algorithm for the same. So it's like a constant learning process of the algorithm becoming better and better and better.
Yeah, and just to quickly add to that as well, I think one of the very important things that you didn't mention yet, Scorpio, but what is a big differentiator between the example that Claire gave with regards to a ChatGPT, where you ask something, is that the database behind ChatGPT is so extremely large with so much inaccurate data that's not really required for the majority of the requests that it gets, compared to where our database, or the data sets that the AI tool is using to improve itself, are provided by us, and those data sets are way more accurate than if we would, if our AI would be supposed to get salmon swimming up a creek, there would not be images of smoked salmon in there, we were feeding it the right data to make also sure that the output is as accurate as possible. And then obviously everything Scorpio just mentioned with the optimization along the way is extremely important to keep yourself ahead of the curve all the time. But I think an important factor is also that the data provided to the AI is very up to date and very precise, especially compared to a lot of the other models out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Understood, Paul. So I believe that in this particular sector, the data that you guys collect would be more refined, and hence increase the possibility of getting more accurate prediction from the market. And you mentioned that is it something like a unique selling point from Reform? And is there any other features or message that you would like to get across in comparison to other AI market making solutions there in the market?
Yeah, I think, just jumping in the fact that actually Paul said in regards to the data, I think, data is a crucial point in feeding the AI. And whenever we look at the data that we're gathering, for example, from the different exchanges that we're operating on, or not even operating on, but just gathering the data already, it's all about, it's not even the trades that are being made, or like the orders or whatsoever. It's like all changes that happen within the process of like the order book. So it's like I put in an order and I even take it out, so it was never executed. Even those things we record. So it's all about, the quality of the data, and like, what are you going to feed to actually get the best outcome that you can achieve. So I think, in regards to AI market making, I would say we are enhancing day by day and making sure that we're actually on the front line of it. And we keep on doing what we're good at, which is like, running the algorithms in a safe and profitable way, so that actually Reform DAO will actually keep flourishing, and we can help while providing liquidity to the overall space and projects that are in need of it.
Got it. And up until this point, we are discussing about the prediction in a pretty high level, like higher scale and generic scale. How are these predictions converted into a specific cryptocurrency conversion suggestions to maximize the returns? Let's say we pick Ethereum or Solana. How does it work in this specific case?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, it's like you have an inventory as a market maker, and you have specific algorithms that keep the inventory the same balance. But in the meantime, with the trading that you're doing, you can also make a profit because yeah, the spread that's actually holding the buyers and the sellers of in the middle, so to say. That's actually yeah, your point where you can make a profit as a market maker by predicting the fair price, so to say. And I think that part can be done, yeah, can be enhanced with the AI, and that actually is going to make sure that you're going to be, yeah, making more profit on, for example, a pair like Ethereum USDT. So if you then can say, okay, the fair price of Ethereum USDT is now like I don't know what the price exactly is, but like 2600, just saying something, and like the price is on 2601, then you can quote underneath, and that's actually then that's where you're able to make a profit, and that fair price is then enhanced by the AI algorithm. So that's like, yeah, in a very I think straightforward example how that would work.
Gotcha. Another question regarding to liquidity, because I believe that the main goal of Reform DAO is to increase the liquidity of the market. May I ask the question is, what would be the specific mechanisms and strategies that you guys are doing to achieve this liquidity? And as a new retail users just getting to know about Reform DAO, how can I participate in this ecosystem? What would be like the first step, and what would be the suggestion coming from the founding team?
Yeah, very nice question. I think from a liquidity provision point of view, what we're actually doing is like every DAO has a treasury, right? And they're holding like their own asset and other assets that they actually gathered along the process by building their treasury. And I think for Reform, I think the beauty of it is actually that the token itself is backed by a lot of other tokens that are actively being traded on the exchanges or like wherever it's possible to provide liquidity. So that's a big difference because if you have a treasury that's just standing still doing nothing, yeah, you need to wait for price to go up to actually increase your treasury. And in the meantime, operations are just continuing. So you need to sell off tokens. You need to actually suffice for all the people that are working for the DAO and actually increasing the product. And I think for Reform, that's completely different because we're putting that capital that we have in the treasury, we put it to work. And whenever it's put to work, we make realized profits. And those realized profits are actually used to suffice for the operations that are actually being done in the DAO. So I think that's just one part, right? And then the other part, of course, is used for buybacks to increase value of the token. And another part is also for research and development so that we can actually, also go into other sides of algorithms or like try to figure out if we can enhance like profitability or performance of the algorithms. So I think that's the overall structure and how people can actually participate there. I think that's a very, we made it quite unique, I would say. So it's not your typical, okay, TVL, you provide stable coins or whatsoever. And then, yeah, it's being traded with and then you get a yield or anything like that. No, it's really like we have a bonding treasury. And the bonding treasury is actually created whereby Reform tokens are held within a smart contract. And those tokens are actually sold against the discount on market price. The discount is actually, we're able to set that off with the profits that we're making, with the realized profits that we're making. And so the discount is actually covered, and then we even make something on top of that. So that's why people are then able to, buy those Reform tokens with the discount, but they need to lock them for a specific period of time. So it's like a circular economy whereby people buy the bonding treasury with USDT, USDC, or Ethereum, and then they lock their Reform tokens, and then actually we get the liquidity in the DAO and we're actively trading with it. Then when the realized profits are being made, we actually send back 65% of that in buybacks of the Reform token, which actually covers the inflation again. So that's like the whole structure, how it's actually made and how people are actually able to participate.
Yeah, I think this is very interesting that you guys can uh, embed the token into the ecosystem and make it circulate around as the form of treasury bond, which is something very familiar with
Exactly.
investors, the Web2 investors, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so that is the part of you guys approaching the retail customers. How about the partnership? Like I saw you mentioned that you talked to a few exchanges. Would there be any strategy to collaborate with a different ecosystem or partners to even amplify the impact of Reform DAO?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shall I take this one,
Yeah,
Scorpio? You
you,
wanna?
you can go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Sure.
I will put up
Yeah.
actually
So
a nice informative picture in the space, so you can go ahead.
exactly, nice. So I think there's actually a couple of interesting things to look at here, right? So Reform as a business model has various revenue streams, and one of those is of course the market making we will be doing for projects. Another one is the liquidity provision we do on exchanges, as Scorpio already explained. We do arbitrage trading, etc. So I think that's exactly where we need to look at when you look at different sort of partners. So we have exchanges, of course, where we will be listing our token, but we also have exchanges like we already have an official partnership with Bybit, where we are officially a liquidity provider for the exchange. So I believe last month we did around 4% of all the spot supply on Bybit, and we're not even launched. So that's pretty impressive, of course. But that also allows us to rapidly expand our operation to other exchanges once the bonding treasury starts filling up and the DAO treasury starts getting bigger, because then we have more funds which we can deploy on different exchanges and do liquidity provision on those exchanges. Additionally, we of course have a lot of different partners. For example, for our we call them ecosystem partners. That is, for example, we have a partnership with the Venom Foundation, where there's projects launching there that might be looking for a market maker, and they can, of course, then will be recommended to us. So that's a way for us to get in touch with new projects where we will be doing the dedicated market making for these projects. And like that, there's a whole different way of reasons for us to have partnerships in the future to provide exposure, basically, to the ecosystem at Reform. Another angle you can think about is that Reform is really standing for transparency and accessibility. And our goal or our mission is really making clear to the world and exposing what market making really is. And we want to educate everyone in Web3 about market making, make them understand what it is, why it's so important. So another angle we can look at is, for example, partnerships with large media outlets, where we can become parties that are putting emphasis on all the pieces they write with regards to market making, and where we can give our feedback and make sure that it's properly written and properly explained, so people get a better understanding of market making and how the market works. There's a whole different range of sort of partners that we can partner up with, and exchanges are definitely one of those.
I see. I realize that you guys will have a very wide range of the possibility of partnership. When coming to balancing out the priorities of who should be the first partner to go with, is there any barrier or hardship that you guys have to go through in order to pitching the project or making yourself standing out from other solutions?
Scorpio, you can also answer this, I think, but let me first do a quick answer on this from a marketing perspective, because I think there's two angles here, right? I think one is always, what are the fundamentals behind the project that we want to have a partnership with, or what are the fundamentals behind the project that we will be the market maker for? Of course, that's one angle, which is super important, and that's really where Scorpio comes in, where he determines together with the rest of the team who are the right partners for us, etc. And where I come in is I really look at, okay, which of these partners can give us the biggest exposure, can provide us the biggest support in the long run, not just for us being their market maker or us being a liquidity provider on their exchange, but also them giving a platform for us to make sure that we have more exposure towards retail, or that we have more exposure towards businesses. So that's really, there's two angles to look at this. And for me, I look at what's the size of the project, how big are they, how many followers do they have, how big is their community, how active is their community. And Scorpio looks way more at the fundamentals, I would say. But please, Scorpio, add to it what I'm missing here.
Yeah, no, sure. I think it's a very good answer. We're both specialized in our own things, and I think Paul, looking from the marketing perspective, is super important to actually get the awareness of Reform DAO out there. Because as a market maker, you need to build out your brand, you need to build out your name. Everyone needs to know what your USPs are and actually what you're providing. Otherwise, than the traditional market makers. But what I think is also, really interesting about Reform is really the fact that you just mentioned, Claire, is that we're able to capture actually the whole crypto market. So it's like we're exchange agnostic, so we can integrate in any exchange to actually do the liquidity provision. So it really depends on, okay, are we getting a lot of rebates here? Maybe another exchange provides better terms if we do the altcoin market making that we have in our treasury. So it's like, okay, finding the right partner all the time, optimizing like performance again, but not on an algorithmic side, but more on a partner side, I would say. So that's then for the liquidity provision. But same goes actually for the designated market making. So it's like, okay, we can find any project that can launch on any exchange, and we can help them with the liquidity that they need and also their guidance, of course, in that process. Then you have the ecosystems. Yeah, ecosystems, we are mainly focused on centralized exchanges. So the thing is that any project that actually is going to be listed, we can help. And if that's from Arbitrum, Optimism, Ethereum, Solana, it does actually not matter, because we're able to, plug and play in any exchange. So I think for us, it's like being very agnostic, so to say, being able to plug and play in any exchange and also helping any ecosystem and any project that's building on any ecosystem. So it's like, you're capturing, let's say, a super big market where there's always demand for the service that we're actually providing. I'm not actually getting bullish myself as well, but the main thing is actually that that's the whole purpose of it. We're able to help everyone in the space, and with that we're actually giving people access to become a part of a market maker, which generally has never been the case. Like, it's always been something very privileged to shareholders that actually started this actually business. Then they did the market making, made a lot of money, and then it actually all disappeared in those pockets of the shareholders. And in our case, you can become part of such a huge entity, which is Reform DAO, whereby we're helping those projects, and actually whenever profit is being made, it's all funneled back to the DAO. It's all used to provide liquidity for the space to make it better. And then in the end, end users actually profiting from it by the buybacks that are being done with the token. So in the end, it's aligning everyone within the process.
Thank you, Scorpio. I think that explains the word DAO in your name, Reform DAO, that it gives the benefit for everyone. And I have to agree with you that previously I always think of as something pretty evil, like working with the exchange or the project exclusively, leaving no benefit to retail customers. So it is very, very surprising, even coming from me, that I can see even a normal customer, a normal user can get the hands on this tool, can get benefits from it, and achieve the token as a form of the treasury bond, which is very, very exciting.
Exactly.
Yep. And when we are talking about retail customers and the benefit, I receive a few similar questions from the comment section, which is there any benefits for early users? And just 5 minutes of advertisement. In this kind of partnership between Hooked and Reform DAO, we do have a prize pool of 12,500 USDT worth of Reform DAO token. For all of you who answer and learn exactly right for the alumni course about Reform DAO that we start a few days from now, exactly tomorrow. And we also have a quest and campaign to share 1,000 Hook token. You only need to follow our social accounts and interact with the team accordingly. Is there anything else that we can expect from Reform DAO when interacting with the platform itself?
Yeah, shall I pick it up? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
interacting.
it depends
Yeah,
what
I
you.
think. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's good.
Okay.
So it's mainly like, as you mentioned, Claire. I think we really appreciate Hooked as a platform whereby knowledge is being shared about something that we really want to get into the space. So knowledge about market making, of course, and then also rewarding people for that. So we're really happy that we can actually do this together with you guys, and that we are able to spread the word. Well, of course, about Reform, but also about the things that we really want to get to the people. So I think in regards to the rewards, you already said it nicely. Everyone who participates in the alumni learning session can get rewarded for that, as well as the stakers of Hooked are getting rewarded. So everyone who's actually part of the Hooked ecosystem can actually be rewarded. But also, of course, outside of Hooked, we have our own incentivization programs, whereby our core community knows, like, we have an airdrop ongoing, which is like now testing the testnet, but as well engaging within the Discord. And of course, main importance again is getting knowledge about market making and like Reform DAO, whereby our academy plays a huge role. So I think those things are making sure that we can incentivize people in the right way, and that they actually get the knowledge that is needed to become fully aware of what Reform is and what we want to provide to the space.
Awesome. So, guys, you have heard the sharing from Reform DAO team themselves. Instead of only having the benefits from the collaboration with Hooked this time, you can also explore yourself, be the same stakeholder as any of the big guys, and try doing market making yourself, and receive a lot of exciting rewards coming from Reform DAO. The last question of tonight is, with Reform DAO consistently increasing in number of traders and trading volume, we are very excited to see how Reform DAO might continue driving innovation in the crypto industry. What would be the new developments or initiatives that we can look forward to in the near future?
Paul always likes to make people more bullish. So Paul, you can take it.
Well, it depends which one I have to.
Yeah, exactly. That's
out
the
there,
thing,
of
right?
course,
Which one are you going to show here? Well, go ahead. The stage is yours.
No, I think there's a few things, of course, that are coming up, right? I think one of the things that makes Reform quite unique is actually that we, for the projects that we do market making, we also want to help them with their community building. And to do that, we were thinking hard over the last few months, like, what should we create, or how can we leverage our current community towards their project? But also, how can we reward our community for being active and supporting the other projects? And that's why we come up with the Reform Quest platform, which is a dedicated platform that we are launching 24 hours after our TGE in a beta version. And that's actually a platform similar to the Quest platforms out there that like Galaxy or Quest N, but it's different. And basically what it allows is, it allows people to participate in tasks. There will be just a whole range of tasks that they can execute. It's not basically campaign focused or project focused. There's just a massive list of tasks that people on the platform can do, and by executing the tasks they earn points, and then the points they can go to our shop, and in the shop they can utilize their points to actually buy a whole range of products that are interested to them. So you can imagine they can buy access to an airdrop, they can buy NFTs, they can buy whitelist spots, they can buy direct tokens, they can buy merchandise. There's a whole lot of things that they would be able to buy. So it's really a platform that Reform can utilize to support all our partners. And at the same time, we can give back to our community members, which have supported us so strongly over the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months already, and hopefully will continue to support us in the next coming many years. And I think that's just one of the many things that we are planning to do. But I think it's one of the bigger things that that we're going to launch as well. So yeah, I think that's an interesting one for you already, Claire, to highlight to your community that there's a Quest platform coming.
Yeah, well, and one more thing I would like to add, and this is just like, something that I'm also a fan of myself, being like someone who really enjoyed like art and, like games and characters and everything like that. We also want everyone within the DAO to have a personality. So we actually launched the Reformers. I'm actually trying to share the page in the space. Maybe you can, oh wait, I can do it here, I guess.
Yeah, you can do that. You just gotta share a post, I guess.
Yeah, maybe you should do it because you're more of marketing related stuff. I can't find it actually. So that's actually one thing. We want everyone to give a personality within the Reform DAO ecosystem, and therefore we're actually going to launch also the Reformers. Like this Twitter page is now live for over a few weeks, and you can check out the developments on how the character structurizing is going, and how actually everyone who participates within Reform DAO is able to get like this self-customizable character that you can actually use as a profile picture. And this is like something that has never been done in the space before, like how it's going to be working and how it's going to be done. So keep an eye on that and make sure that you also become part of, in that case, Reform DAO, and especially through the terms that are coming. So yeah, Paulus just shared the first tweet, and take a look at it. It's going to be really cool, and it's going to be more of the like visualization of your personality within the DAO.
Scorpio just dropped the biggest alpha because we haven't announced to anyone that the characters are going to be personalized. But now you guys know all your characters are going to be personalized.
Well, the announcement will still come, so please keep it in this space.
I'm afraid with like 300 people here, that will be tricky.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, honestly, I think that you guys just ask us, the community here, to do an impossible thing that after hearing such a good news like that and not spreading it around, if you take a look at the comment section, a lot of people are ready to be on board with Reform DAO, congratulating you guys on the very, very close coming, soon to come, the TGE, and they would love to be a part of this product. So again, thank you so much for holding a high regard to this space and sharing a lot of good news. We are exciting equally because we know that this would be the start of a lot more valuable and a meaningful relationship between us, especially in terms of education, in terms of social quest, the dawn of social fi / market making, which is something that I've never seen before in my life. So I'm very looking forward to it. And because our course will start soon, tomorrow, so we will share more knowledge and information about Reform DAO. If you are still concerned about how to start, what is market making, what you can expect from Reform DAO, all of the questions will be answered in that course. And also, you will win a chance to share the pool of, again, 12,500 USDT worth of Reform token. And during this event, let me just repeat myself one more time that we also have our Quest End campaign collaborating with Reform DAO, that you only need to follow us on both Discord and Twitter to share a chance of winning 1,000 Hook token. The details of these activities will be announced very soon, tomorrow and next week. As we reach the finale of our discussion today, I have a great blast talking to Paulus and Scorpio. It is great that we can finally build something together and learn a lot more about Reform DAO than I have ever learned about it for the past few weeks. So is there any sharing and final message that you would like to give to our fantastic audience?
Yeah, of course. You go ahead.
I just shared our TGE announcement post as well here above, so people can go and check it out. We're launching our token on the 29th this month, and I think the educational course that you can all go through, the alumni event on Hooked, is actually super interesting because you learn all about how our business model works. And I think once you understand how the business model works, you will be very bullish about what Reform has to offer. So I guess that's what I wanted to add for everyone here. Make sure you go through the alumni course and learn about Reform, because I think it will be one of the most. I mean, it's easy for me to say, of course, but I think it will be one of the most bullish projects of 2024 at least. So I think that's a good closer from my side. Scorpio, over to you.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's super unique. It's not something that has ever been done before, like giving access to a market maker, everyone having the possibility to become part of it. Actually, also make decisions on the bigger scale of things. And like I think like I always say, if you're ready to reform the market making industry and liquidity providing industry with us, then you should come see Reform, follow it, and also become part of the community, because we have a very engaging community and everyone is always very bullish, and we really love them and we really appreciate everyone. as well as everyone who's of course in this space today. So yeah, without further ado, I think come join Reform, and yeah, let's get something cooking together.
That's a great closing to today's session. And guys, although that we have to say goodbye for now, don't forget that tomorrow we are having the starting point of a very exciting campaign together with the biggest prize pool we've ever seen with Hook. And if this one is exciting enough for you, I guarantee you that next week we even have like more cool partners joining and more activities to look forward to. Until then, please stay tuned, follow us on Twitter, on Discord, and also our beloved Reform DAO partner as well. Goodbye for now. See you later next week.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much,
everyone.
Claire, and everyone, of course, who joined the space. See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.